been a couple weeks since Mario Maker 2 was announced, and we've had a little bit of time to let the hype dust really settle. The Nintendo Direct opened with a short trailer, but it was just long enough to leave me and others wanting more. Now, Nintendo has been selling consoles at a record speed and is on a sharp upswing for the first time in a decade. The Wii U was an awkward couple years for Nintendo, although it did give us some gems despite only selling, like a whopping 14 million consoles. One of those gems was Super Mario Maker, which released in September 2015 and went on to become a console staple. Nintendo did the right thing by porting Mario Maker to the 3DS in 2016, but I know this game has yet to reach its true potential. Mario Maker has yet to grow its paratrooper wings and fly. Until now. Nintendo announced in May 2016 that players have created over 7 million courses worldwide that have been played over 600 million times. Those are huge numbers for a game that only sold about a third of its console base, and about 2 million copies or so on the 3DS. And Mario Maker has been one of the only reasons to still own a Wii U until Super Mario Maker 2 was announced and put the final nail in its bulky Wii U coffin. This doesn't include all of the support that content creators have generated for the game. To this day, people are still creating content on YouTube and streaming the game on Twitch because Mario Maker has given us infinite possibilities and crossed endless creative boundaries. Nintendo would have been stupid to not see opportunity for a port or a sequel, but I'm glad it didn't end up being a port. I did a whole breakdown video of new features that were spotted in Mario Maker 2, or at least the trailer, and feel free to go check that video out after this one. But there's a lot of new things to be excited about. Yes, we have slopes now, we can finally sleep at night. But what kinds of potential does a game like Super Mario Maker 2 have on the Switch? Well, I'm glad you asked because it's a lot. And we're going to break it down into a couple different points. But before we get started, let me know in the comments section below what you're hoping to see added to the game. And I'm talking features, not so much a specific item or enemy, but what could truly make Mario Maker 2 one of the biggest games of all time. First, let's talk numbers. As of December 2018, Nintendo has sold more than 32 million Switches worldwide, which means we're already more than double the amount of Wii U's that sold in its entire lifetime. That's a big number, not to mention it's growing exponentially, as 2019 may be one of the biggest years for Nintendo in a long time. We have Pokemon Sword and Shield, which was recently announced, we have Animal Crossing, and Mario Maker 2 coming this year. And that doesn't include games like Link's Awakening or whatever else Nintendo decides to bring to us at E3, but we'll save that conversation for another video. With a console base that's more than double its predecessor, I can see Mario Maker 2 easily selling about 5 million copies in the first couple months of release. And I think the holidays are going to play a huge part of sales this year, as they do every year, mainly due to all the first-party titles that are coming out between now and the end of December. However, I think if Mario Maker 2 is going to reach its true potential, it's going to need some additional features. Being able to upload created levels to a basic database and play a variety of levels with the touch of a button is nice, but online community is going to be everything when the sequel drops in only a few months. The Switch's online, if we can even call it that, has surfaced some concerns now that Nintendo has been charging for its service, and there's still a lot of issues. However, Nintendo has addressed that they're looking to continue to improve quality and offerings, as Nintendo Switch Online is going to need to demonstrate continued value. A lot of people have asked in previous videos if online will be a requirement to share and play levels, and if I had to guess, if I had to take a wild guess shot in the dark, I would say yes, because that's an easy pot of revenue for Nintendo to grab, but could also create some backlash if you bought a game that's just unplayable without a secondary purchase. And that's not to say the game is completely unplayable, because it's not, but the main draw of Mario Maker was to be able to play a variety of levels from users around the world. So to buy a game and only be able to create your own levels and play your own levels and not be able to access anything online without a paid membership would create some backlash. Next, let's talk about the online features of Mario Maker and where it really fell short. because you had the ability to star levels and search through course IDs, but the ability to follow a creator and categorize favorites was nowhere to be found. In order for Mario Maker 2 to reach its max potential, Nintendo is going to need to make a huge push in an online community and improve the original's shortcomings. Being able to follow a specific creator, or here's one better, have Nintendo also feature creators, would be a great step for Nintendo looking to improve game-specific online communities like Mario Maker 2. I think Nintendo will keep the course ID feature, as that might be the best way to trade specific levels, but I'm hoping that they improve on what little they had. Like I said, give us the opportunity to follow a creator, because a lot of the time that creator, if you like them, are going to create more levels that you're going to want to play. Multiplayer. Yes, let's discuss multiplayer, because the question lingers after Luigi popped up in the trailer beside Mario. While we haven't seen gameplay for anyone other than Mario in the trailer, there's a multitude of characters in the promo art for the game. I'm 99% sure that this confirms other playable characters like Toad, Peach, Luigi, and more, but will we have the opportunity to play this game with friends? If so, is it only local multiplayer, or is there possibility to play online? Nintendo has really been pushing for local multiplayer with the Switch, so I'm putting my chips on the inclusion of some form of couch multiplayer, as even the earliest Mario games have had multiplayer. And how cool would it be for you and a friend to pick a character each and either go co-op or head-to-head in a 10-level challenge? As for online, Nintendo was able to add an online element to Super Mario Bros. 3 through the Nintendo Switch Online, so I don't see why this wouldn't be possible in some form. Even if it's not, having the ability to play different characters with unique abilities will add to the replay value of a level. However, is it possible to lock levels to specific characters? Say, this is a Mario level, this is a Peach level, and so on. I think we may be a bit away from something like that, but it could be a nice feature to get players using characters that they normally wouldn't pick. Next up, we have competitions. Looking back at all online first-party games that Nintendo released in the last 2 years, there have been some kind of competition or post-release content to keep players engaged. Games like Splatoon 2, ARMS, Mario Tennis Aces have had endless support from Nintendo in form of Splatfests or free DLC characters, and competitions and events to unlock special cosmetics. I think Nintendo understands the scope and potential that Mario Maker 2 can bring to the table, and some form of timed competitions or leaderboards would do very well. This can even tie back to featuring creators and levels to make things interesting, because who wouldn't want to play a level created by Doug Bowser, the president of Nintendo of America? Oh man, that just pained me so much to say out loud. The next one is a feature that has been long requested, and that's a world creator. It's nice to be able to play through chunks of 10 random levels, but what if we were able to create our own Mario game? This may be a bit ambitious given the time frame, but we haven't seen any menus or any footage outside of level building in the trailer. It's not to say that it's out of the realm of possibility, but I feel like something that prominent would have made it into the debut trailer unless Nintendo's looking to drop some bombs at E3 this year, and they very well may be. I think this is a reasonable request. Nintendo could drop a couple of preset maps, allow us to create paths, link levels to spots on the map, and generate a world ID to share with other players. I don't think it has to be something too deep or intricate, but having the option to say, here's a group of levels that I made, and here's a world you can play to see all of them would be really cool. But getting back to the root of why Mario Maker 2 has the potential to be one of the biggest games ever, the attach rate and the replay value. Given the install base of the Switch and the appeal the game will have to both hardcore and casual audiences, the game will easily sell triple what the original did. And I just like to clarify, when I'm talking about it being one of the biggest games ever, I'm not talking in terms of sales, even though it will sell. I'm talking about the impact it's going to have on the life of the console and this generation of gaming. Take a look at Minecraft, a game that started out completely vanilla as an indie game and has evolved into a household name. Mario Maker 2 will easily break boundaries if done correctly. I'm hoping that one day this will lead into things like a Legend of Zelda maker, which may be possible as a 2D Zelda game creator, and I would love the opportunity to build dungeons or an overworld in the style of the Link's Awakening remake. That one's a dream, but I'm sure the thought has crossed Nintendo's minds. But let me know your thoughts on Mario Maker 2's potential. I still feel like there's a lot that is yet to be uncovered, but I can see this game releasing right after E3, and us receiving some additional details during Nintendo's conference. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, I'm primarily Nintendo-based, so if that's something that interests you, subscribe and ring that notification bell so you get notifications when I do post videos. If you'd like to interact with me outside of YouTube, I stream a couple times a week, and I will 1000% be streaming this game and playing viewer-created levels, and I look forward to playing yours. I also have a Discord and a Twitter. Check the description below for links to those. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.